Crystal here with Crystal's Quail and Cocktails. This is my recovery area. I have 6 birds in here. I think they all have one beat up eye, bloodied on one side, swollen, closed eye. I must have an aggressive male in the cage that they were in, because yesterday I think I found 2 before I took my son to the zoo. I found 2 injured after I took my son to the zoo. I found one this morning. So there is definitely something going on. So let's pop over to the cage where they came from. This top cage here. So I have one known male in there, but when I vent sexed them, everybody wasn't laying eggs, so I wasn't 100% sure. So I am going to need to vent sex all the birds, see if there's any additional males in here. If so, I'm gonna, either way, if not, I'm gonna split the group in half, have the one known male with some girls, and then some girls, and add another male. But it tends to be the boys that fight. Sometimes the girls will beat up a boy they don't like. The birds on the other side, the injured ones, back over here, so none of them have laid an egg that I know of, and they'll stop laying when they're injured usually. There's 2 known males in here, but when I vent sexed them, there was no sign of that they were a male, so they could just be hens that haven't laid yet. And it happens with chickens. I feel like if you're not laying eggs, you're not part of the group, and so they'll bully you until you are also laying eggs. So this is the fun stuff that happens with quail. Thankfully, I haven't had this issue in any other cages. It's just been these celadons this season that have been a pain in the ass. So that's my little quail chat for while I'm out here tonight. Just once the proper amount of light, boys start getting hormonal, and it just becomes a problem, especially when you can't tell. So you can preventatively, like when they're feather sexable, I preventatively split them up in groups, 1 male, 6 girls, and I do that at 6 weeks, which is generally the earliest they'll start laying, so then I don't run into this problem. But since these birds aren't feather sexable, this is what occurs. I did have bits in everyone's noses, and then I vent sexed them and moved the known boys out. And let me tell you, I moved out a lot. So I did reduce my risk. But like I said, there could be some late bloomers, male eyes, later laying girls. So they might be getting picked on, but I do find that if you house the picked on birds together, generally they get along. If this is all girls and then 2 boys, it's too many boys. So I do have 2 areas for excess boys, one for the celadon boys, and then one for younger boys that I hatched out in February. So once the 2 known males in here are recovered enough, then they'll join their brothers, which is basically in the waiting in the meat section. So exciting quail stuff. All right, we're on spring break this week since Easter is coming up. So I took my son to the DC Zoo yesterday. Tomorrow we're going to the National Aquarium. So yeah, fun times. But this is what I'm dealing with before and after I do that. Okay, happy Tuesday.